straight. Sometimes I can't tell. Hi, Chris. Hi, Nasna. Hi, Clarence. And Kerry. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Another morning of Satsang and Guru Mantra. Hey, Bree. Today I will be also teaching the philosophy course with Jamie. We'll be going through the history of yoga. And we were discussing how teachers discuss, hi Georgie, hi Jazz, yoga coming from so many different perspectives. I mean, it's such it's a huge topic. And when you first get started in yoga, it feels like it's just postures. What is there to be learning about? But then you realize that it is a philosophy that's thousands of years old, has so many branches to it, so many philosophies, so many teachers, and there are so many paths to experiencing what yoga is. And some people take the scholarly route where they are looking at manuscripts, they're looking at evidence, written evidence, and then there are other yogis who feel that this is an oral tradition. And it's really interesting because as an oral tradition, the way it kind of works, Hindu, is that it gets spoken about for a very long time before it is culminated into any kind of book. So if you're trying to prove yoga's existence through books and kind of scholastic proof, there is one stream that they say that's the only way to prove that yoga was in existence. And then there's another stream that says that yoga is really a practice about learning to still the mind. Yogas chitta vritti nirodha, the first of the sutras. Yoga is when we clear all of the movements of the mind. Good morning, Mish. Hi, Therese. So, ever since humanity has questioned consciousness as long as yoga has been in existence, therefore. So, yoga as having a start date, from some perspectives, is impossible. Ciao, Simone. So it'll be interesting, the lecture today, because Jamie and I are always in alignment, but we've had different trainings and we're teaching this and we give all the perspectives, and I think that's what's nice. He really has that, kind of casing and in really a kind of scholastic way of looking at things, and he's done some beautiful courses around the history of yoga and the texts and the philosophies, and a lot of the way that I teach comes through my teachers from India, and it's just a different way of doing things. So I think it's nice. We're going to have this balance when we discuss philosophy. So that's happening today at 9:30. And welcome everybody to another day and another satsang. And this satsang is a really important part of the yoga path. In fact, this is the path of Jnana Yoga, which is spelled Jnana. So Jnana Yoga is a stream of yoga that works with wisdom, knowledge. And that's what satsang is about. It's about coming together to discuss true knowledge. It isn't about studying books, rote learning, remembering. It is about a practice of sharing and connecting in truth. And that's what satsang is all about. So welcome to this Jnana Yoga practice. Hi Jack, hi Sari. And this is why satsang is important. We discuss these topics that we don't necessarily get to talk about in our everyday lives with people. You know, we can get stuck on the mundane aspects of life. So welcome again. Hey Jess too. Hey Jack and Nicole. Yesterday I was trying to segue into the idea of Dharma and Karma, which are two really big topics. Hi Claire, welcome. And we kind of got stuck a bit on drinking coffee in the morning. Such a big one for people. Hi Jess and Nicole. People really, it's the whole thing, wanting coffee. So I'm hoping today, hi Fran, Hayley, welcome, and Jess. So I'm hoping to take that story that I started yesterday and weave it back into this idea of Dharma and Karma. And I was discussing how my friend was saying that he had to have a morning coffee, and we kind of figured out that it was because he wasn't feeling satisfied in his work, and that morning coffee kind of was the support that he needed, or the treat, or something nice, or the energy boost to help him get through the day. And then we started to talk about the idea of life purpose. And we love attachment to coffee. I know. Even the attachment to coffee is an attachment. Like, I really like coffee. Like, you might not even actually really like coffee, but you like that you like coffee, especially if you live in a city like Melbourne. Hi Kate, hey Al. It's massive. My therapist was appalled when I told him I'd given up coffee, terrified he might have to consider it himself. Good, Clarence. Therapists need to do the work too. You need to keep that therapist on track. Very good. Hi Kate. Hi Soph. But I don't want to get stuck on coffee again today. Let's keep moving, people. Let's keep moving. From that, we were talking about, okay, well, create a vocation where you don't need coffee as the thing that makes you feel excited. The vocation itself makes you excited. And then we were discussing life purpose, and I think that this is coming up a lot. Morning coffee making ritual gets me out of bed. Okay, very good. Come on, people. Moving on. I love you, Suchana. Just kidding. So then we started to discuss this idea of soul purpose, which a lot of people, I think, are grappling with at the moment because they're either out of work or they're working from home, they have more time, they're starting to question it. And there are so many different rituals. You could sit in the sun, and both of you are Eastern European, so Suchana, you can't use the Eastern Euro thing as an excuse for drinking coffee. Talk to Mishko Jory. Yeah, I think it's a big topic for lots of people, and so I'm wanting to today and tomorrow create a meditation around it, a yoga nidra meditation around the idea of Dharma and soul purpose. And I think that what happens in the West is that we get caught up in the idea of your soul purpose having to be the thing that you're paid for. Your vocation has to be the thing that is your soul purpose. And the two aren't actually exclusive. So they don't have to be one and the same. You don't have to get paid for your soul purpose or your Dharma. And the idea of Dharma, and Nicole says inner work has been a life changer for you. Great. This is exactly what Dharma is about. When you're living in Dharma, you're living in a way that is highly present, understanding this fierce presence is a way in which to move through life and any vocation with the ability to move towards awakening. Oh, Bonjour, Maximilian over in Paris. Thanks for popping in. Hi. I think we can put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be paid for something which is also serving our soul, when in fact we can serve our souls in every moment, no matter what it is we're doing. So there were 10 of the Bodhisattvas, so 10 of the Buddhas reached enlightenment through different vocations. And one of them, for example, the only one that I can remember, the only vocation I can remember was a potter, because I'm a potter. So the idea is that you do the inner work, as you were saying, I think it was Nicole. You do the work on yourself. You start to live in every moment, in your Dharma, in your soul purpose. And your soul purpose, when you start to tap into it, could be to be experiencing love as much as possible. It could be, like I said before, to be highly present. It could be to be connected to lightness. It could be to allow yourself to rest in trust, faith, to be able to be at calm and peace in all moments, to find the still center. And any kind of dharmic sankalpa, so this deep, deep resolve, the reason why you really feel that you are here, you can take that into any vocation, and you can get paid for it in any way. And it takes the pressure off you having to find the perfect job, because there is no perfect job, much like there is no perfect partner, or there is no kind of sense that we will at some point be perfect either. So even that inner journey isn't about perfection. It's simply about refinement and constantly working on that inner world as a way to shift and change the outer world. Everything that we perceive as being separate and external to us is, in fact, an inner experience. I am experiencing this room. It feels as though the room is separate to me. The plants are separate, the walls, and the room is happening to me. But in fact, the entire universe, including this room, is my perception of it. And that's a big teaching to understand. And when we begin to shift our inner perception, then the entire universe shifts with it. That is all we can do. All we can do, is shift our inner world to allow change to happen. Today's mantra is Om Namah Shivaya, and we use that to focus the mind. And you'll notice that thoughts will arise even in the 10 minutes that we're focusing the mantra. In fact, you might be able to say this mantra as a meditation and simultaneously think a thought, which is what my mind tends to do. And in those moments, kind of be glad that you are within your own inner world, even if it feels chaotic and without any control, even if the thoughts are racing. Sense that you've gone within today. And that's really powerful. Just stopping to sit and notice and be present to your inner world is power. And when you come back to the mantra, you can think of the mantra as being this inner vibration which starts to really softly wear away, shift, and change the inner world. So you don't have to use the intellect. If a crazy thought comes in, if a destructive thought comes in, if a toxic thought, if a super excited thought, if a worried thought, if a mundane thought comes in, the full spectrum of thoughts will arise. Welcome all of them, because it's all it is suggesting is that you've come to a place of awareness that you're even thinking. And a large majority of the world don't even realize that they're thinking, that there is a constant narration going on. That is the filter through which they see the world around them. It's like the self is clear light, and then we put a filter over that clear light. So it could be glass, you could imagine. And those are all of our thoughts. And that filter affects the way we perceive the entire universe. And when we can become aware of the thought, we're doing something that most people don't even realize is happening. They think that the universe themselves are the thought. They're so wrapped in deep connection and closeness to their mind and their thoughts that there's no separation. But for you all to sit in meditation, there is so much power in even seeing a thought. So don't judge a thought that is destructive or toxic. There is no need, because there's so much power in the fact that you sat down to simply watch, to notice that there is a filter, and that is a filter of conditioning happening. And then we drop back into the mantra, and the mantra has this kind of very powerful effect of slowly taking away these hundreds of thousands of glass filters that we've put up over the course of an entire lifetime through the things that our parents have taught us, our schooling, the culture around us, the media that we've read. You know, it's like the mantra is there to kind of slowly take us back to that clarity of vision. And that takes time. And we just allow the mantra to do the work within. And the mantra today is Om Namah Shivaya. This is a very powerful mantra which connects us to the original yogi, the OG yogi, Shiva. And Shiva is often seen as the destroyer, but, you know, that destructive capacity is destroying all of the illusions, all of the filters, all of the conditions that are stopping us from seeing the universe with eyes of truth and clarity. So let's begin. Thanks, Georgie. Thanks, Courtney. You can stretch. Take a moment. And then settling, either lying. Welcome, I'm glad you're back too. Or a seated position, long through the spine. 3 deep breaths in the nose, out of the mouth. One round of Om. Bring your hands onto or to your heart and bow forward. And ask your heart why you are here today. What was your deep motivation for showing up? see if you can drop into this calling as one which extends beyond this moment, is perhaps a dharmic calling, a purpose that you can bring to all action in your life, or at least into your day to day. And then take the palms out in front. We silently consecrate, offering up all of the karmic fruits of our meditation to a greater power and waiting for a response. And now resting the hands, perhaps tips of the thumbs and forefingers touching in Gyan or Chin Mudra. And we move into this mantra, Om Namah Shivaya. Say it with me out aloud. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 A little softer now. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Let it become a whisper. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Until that whisper becomes a silent inner repetition. Om Namah Shivaya. And the awareness of thought is powerful. Just to be sitting here is powerful. Keep bringing the mind back to Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. into the mantra now, see if you can become completely absorbed with the vibration of Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. And with the awareness completely absorbed, Om Namah Shivaya in the forefront. Now allow the mantra to fade, leaving only the awareness. Om Bhadrangarnebihi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashe Makshabhirya Chatraha Sthiriringai Stushtuvargam Sastanubihi Vyashema Devahitim Yadayuhu. All together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We bow our heads to that deep resolve, the life's purpose that is residing within you, that we can uncover slowly through practice. The light, that inner wisdom that we know exists within us, that we sense in all those who joined us this morning. To that we bow and say, Namaste. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me this morning. I have to head off to do this philosophy training now. Jamie will be here any moment. But thank you for coming and being part of it, all 80 of you. And I wanted to also let you all know that we have decided on a date for Guru Mantra initiation. And that will be in August. If you are already on the wait list to receive your own mantra, or if you want to be on the wait list, we'll send the details to those who email om@thelightcollective.yoga first, because we're only going to have a small group for that particular initiation, because I'll have to give them all to you personally, one by one. So if you're interested, please send an email to om@thelightcollective.yoga. Thank you all so much for joining, for being part of this morning's satsang. Thanks, Jazz. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more of this. Another hour and a half of it. Thanks, Jack and Hayley. Thanks, Al, for joining in your new apartment in the city. And I will see you all, thanks Georgie, I will see you all tomorrow. So look forward to seeing you then. Have a wonderful day.